Good morning, folks. This is Dan for Digital.Flash.Fire. Today we are bringing you the Tier 8 Fubuki. For those who aren't familiar, this is one of the higher tier Japanese destroyers. That means it's kind of struggling. Once you get past the Minakaze at Tier 5, the differences between the destroyers gets less and less and less, to the point where, I mean, the Fubuki is good, the Kagero is honestly kind of a downgrade, and the Shimakaze is famous just for being a wall of torpedoes. It actually does have good guns. One of the changes that was made because these ships were underperforming so badly was to make their guns actually do something. They have the highest alpha of destroyer guns, which is interesting. I mean, it kind of reinforces them as delaying action sort of ships that are purely meant to harass the enemy, to keep them, to deny them space, and to conduct fighting withdrawals, which is great, but it doesn't win you battles very often. The other thing that Japanese destroyers are the king of is the stealth torpedo run. Here you can see my spotting range. That's how far I can be seen from, and that's how far my torpedoes travel. It's also how far my guns travel, but once I fire my guns, bad things will happen because that spotting range goes way the hell up. And I don't think I can quite shoot invisibly, but we'll see. Now you'll notice the enemy has almost capped one point. They've started to cap. They've capped one point. They're 3/4 of the way on another, and they've started on a last one. And I am the only person on my team that is even approaching a cap point. Not an encouraging start. I blind fired some torpedoes on the off chance that someone was coming in. It would have been nice to get a hit, but it's even nicer to not have anyone to shoot at, because that means no one can shoot at me. And Japanese destroyers are one of those things that don't react well to bullets. Moving into Capture D. And we all know what's coming. There's, it's going to happen. I'm spotted. I wonder what spotted me. Oh, it's a Kagero. And 1,300 damage. It's about 10% of his health, maybe a little less. Now, the destroyer behind me, I think it's a Benson Gearing, the US Tier 10 destroyer. He could go in there with me and just end that guy real fast and press in, cap C, and really help the team out. So, of course, that's not what he does at all. That's okay. I didn't want help anyway. And I'm being very careful coming around, because the last thing I want to do is just run into torpedoes. So we come around, and we're being very, very cautious about it. And there's the Shimakaze. And where'd the Kagero go? Well, there's some torpedoes. He's got to be close to that island. I'm spotted. There he is. Oh, shit. There's the Kagero. I put some shots into him. Fire some torps. Fire some guns. Nice heavy hit. 2,700 damage. You don't get to that kind of alpha very often. And because they're Japanese destroyers, I took 3,000 in return. Bunch of damage on the Shimakaze. He dodges some fire. He's on low health, which means I just killed a tier 10 destroyer. And maybe, nasty hits on him. And fire. We like fire because he just used his damage control. And more shots out. That was a terrible shot. Who's aiming these guns? And another who's aiming these guns. Not that it matters because fire got him. That's a good feeling. And now I slow way the hell down because I want to drift out of the cap. Whew, that would have been embarrassing. Okay, 2 caps killed 2 of the enemy destroyers, including the Shimakaze, which, as much as I disparaged it, it's really an underperforming ship. Well, it's a tier 10 destroyer, and that wall of torpedoes can do just an absolute ton of damage. So now I'm swinging it around and watching the 2 German battleships. I believe they're both Derpitzes. Yep. Heading north. There's an interesting decision. I mean, I guess right now it's their fastest route west, which is where we really need them. But all in all, my team strategy can be seen as divide and be conquered. And there's an enemy destroyer that's just running right in the middle of everything. That's going to end well for him. That Benson is just, he's got a Fletcher, a Gearing, and 2 Tirpitzes coming at him. Now, I am moving on this Yamato. And the reason I'm moving on him is there is no reason on God's green earth for that ship to be there, heading in that direction in this situation. And if you see a big, fat, stupid battleship doing big, fat, stupid battleship things, you know what's coming. And now it's just a matter of time. Now, currently he's heading south-southwest. I really want him to turn. It would really help me out if he turned. I'm in range. That island's in the way. I need him to turn, and I need him to clear that island a bit. Oh, he's turning. Now he's south-southeast. That's perfect. Come on. Clear the island. Clear the island. Torps out, torps out, torps out. Time is now 11:50 when those torps launched. Is there any drama at all, by the way? Is there any chance what we know is going to happen is going to happen? And right now he spotted those other torpedoes, so he really can't turn. But sure as death and taxes, 30 seconds after I fire them, dead Yamato. 6 hits. And shit. Utiloi. The list of things I wanted to see, a Soviet destroyer was about at the bottom of the list. And he's not stupid. He's not bearing in on me, because the last thing he wants to do is get in close. That guy's guns... Driving Soviet destroyers, it feels like they have battleship guns. They really do not feel responsive the way guns on a cruiser do, or guns even on a Japanese destroyer. Now I'm trying to get a torpedo launch on him, but I also don't want to get in range, because 1 or 2 good hits from him and I'm dead. Pop off some torpedoes. And these are more speculative. I really wasn't expecting him to hit, especially now that he's spotted me. And you could see he was already turning hard. And I lay smoke, and I keep the smoke between me and him as I get the fuck out of Dodge. And there he goes, right through him. Threads the needle, as I expected. Friendly torpedoes going by. Get a hit on him. Try to get some more guns on him. You know, the Soviet destroyers are really light cruisers in disguise. Their guns are very, very good. Now notice still our team is badly, badly separated. The two Tirpitzes have gotten themselves completely surrounded. I'm in no position to support them. I can't bear in on this guy for sure. And I believe the other destroyer with me is in even worse shape. Oh, no, he's in better shape. What is that? But it's a Kagero. So neither of us can press in on that guy. And everything else is down at the south end of the map on the IJ line, not doing a goddamn thing. And we've lost one of the Tirpitzes. The other one is under fire. And the gearing is maneuvering not terribly well. Our other destroyer up north is dead. Not sure which one that was, if it was the Benson or the Shimakaze. Look at all that fire coming at them. They are in trouble. And the gearing eats a torpedo. And chat just continues to get worse and worse and worse. And the Kagero tries to kill me. Seriously, how hard is it to not team kill with torpedoes? And I dumped some torpedoes out. The other Tirpitz is dead. Scores are now pretty much unrecoverable unless we kill something really fucking fast. And if you look at where the team is, that's very unlikely to happen. I'm spotted. Here comes the enemy Utiloi, and he's not stupid enough to drive into the torpedoes. In fact, he's barely moving. And right now my goal is basically to not die. I don't want to eat a repair bill on top of everything else. Torpedoes aren't going anywhere useful. And that's pretty much where this one's going to end up. Try to get some torpedoes out. It was a little rushed. But that guy's been maneuvering hard the whole time. And I drive up. Again, the goal is just not to die. And I'm spotted. He's spotted. Shots out. And that's the ball game. Only so much you can do. There's really only so much you can do. 422,000 credits, 4,300 experience, 218 free experience, 85,000 damage, 32 gun hits, 7 torpedo hits, a lot of module damage, 3 ships destroyed, 2 set on fire, 5 flooding, 2 capture assists. Kind of a monster game. Came in top on the team. The biggest whiner in chat was in second with, I don't know, 40% of my score. Way to contribute. No one on the enemy team scored as high as me. That should give you an idea just how hard I had to carry to even do that. 49,000 damage to the Yamato, 20,000 damage to the Shimakaze, 14,000 damage to the Kagero, 1,000 damage to the Utiloi, 3 to my own gearing when he rammed me. Received a ton of damage. I mean, I only had about 2,000 left at the end, and pretty much all of it was HE from other destroyers. It's you can engage other destroyers in this ship. I just don't recommend it. Profit for the game, 292,000 credits, even with premium consumables and a lot of repairs. Ton of experience between the Olympic mission that was going on and all of the fun other awards that were going. So it was a really fun game, but again, this just shows how hard you can carry and still lose. All right, folks, for Digital.Flash.Fire, this is Dan. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Look me up in-game, username Coralin. It's all over the chat. Share it with your friends. Let us know what you think in the comments, and have a great day.